This video is going to be about percent change and discounts. So there's really two questions that we're going to be focusing on. Is how do I use a proportion to solve percent change or discount markup problems? And what tool can I use to set up the proportion correctly? So as you're taking notes throughout this video, these two questions should be on the left hand side of your notes. And so you can pause this video now and set up your notes and have your topic, percent change and discounts, and it should say markups, I just couldn't fit it in there. And then you can also write down the questions. And at any point in time in this video, stop the video and pause it and come back to it to see and try and understand what I was saying. So let's get started with our first example problem. So our first problem is a percent change, and it says Sarah earned $7 per hour at her first job. She then changed her job where she earned $9.50 per hour. What was the percent of increase in Sarah's hourly earnings? Well, let's look at a few things first. So she earned $7 per hour at her first job, and then she got a new job and earned $9.50 per hour. And they want to know what the percent of increase in Sarah's hourly earnings were. Well, here's the proportion part of it, and here's the tool. So this is the answer to the second question. Is we're going to use this tool called NCO. Now NCO, all it does is it helps us set up our proportion correctly. And I always start it with this. And you got to make sure you put things in the right spot, and I may have made this just too small. And so N stands for new, C stands for change, and O stands for original. And at the C, on the left hand side, I put arrows for up and down, because when something changes in math, it's going up and down in value. And then on the percent side, left hand side of the NCO, there's always going to be 100 there because percents are out of 100. And then on the number side, we just leave it blank. So now we're going to fill in our NCO, and I'm going to use purple here to fill in with the story problem what we were given. So she earned $7 per hour at her first job. Since the word first there, that tells us that's her original job. So we're going to put $7 there. I'm just going to use the number 7. And then if you see that when she went to her next job, her new job, she had $9.50 per hour. Well, that number is going to go here because it's a number, not a percent. And they want to know what was the percent of increase. Well, that tells us right there, right, that we're trying to find an increase or a change, because we don't know it. They're asking us to find it. We're using the two things that we know to find the unknown over here. Well, once we have that, once we have where the value of the x goes, right, that helps us decide where our proportion is going to be. And so I know that this column up here, this row, at the end is going to be marked out. And so I need to subtract. I need to find the change between her original amount and her new amount. So this is a little background work. You're going to take 950 minus 7. And you're going to get 250 left over. And that is what's going to go in the right-hand side here. So you're going to get x over 100 equals 250 over 7. Because 250 was the price change. And then all you do is you're going to cross multiply and divide. So you're going to take x times 250, which gives you 250. You're going to take 250 divided by 7. And you're actually going to get a percent increase, because you divide by 7 there, but you're going to get a percent increase of 35.71%. It actually comes out to be an irrational number that keeps on going, but we'll just round to that 100th spot. So that's a percent change problem. Next problem, a discount. So let me set up my NCO again. Always percent NCO number. I use my arrows on the change on the percent side, and always out of 100. So Christina wants to buy a hat for $18. It's off a 30% off coupon online. What is the discounted price of the hat? Well, let's fill in our information here. We know that the hat was $18, and she has a coupon, right, that is 30% off. Well, that's a change. That's down. The off means taking off the price. So I'm going to subtract. I'm no longer paying 100% of that full price. I'm subtracting 30%. So my percent sign here at the end will be 70. And then I will, now it asks, what is the discounted price? Well, the discounted is the new price of the hat. And so I'm going to put my X there. I've located where my variable is going to go. I would mark this out. Right? And hopefully you can see where your proportion comes into play here. 70 over 100. So I'm paying 70% of the full price of that hat still. And you cross multiply and divide. And so you're going to get 70 times 18, which gives you 1,260. And you're going to divide that by 100. And you get a new price of the hat. So what Christina's going to pay is $12.60 for that hat. Now that is not the discount, right? To find what the discount was of the hat, you would just take 18 minus 1260. So that's the discounted price. That's the answer. We're going to go a step further here real quickly. And if you wanted to find the discount, right, so this is like a bonus, right, the discount, you take 18 minus 1260. And that's how much money she saved. Right? And so they saved $5.40. And I know when my wife goes to Kohl's, they always tell us how much we saved. Right? And so here, Christina saved $5.40. So hopefully we answered those two questions, and you now better understand how to solve percent change and discount problems.